Hey everyone, welcome to Bifun with Shruti. So in today's video, we're going to discuss about the 5th class NSWO practice questions. So let us start the students. And today we're going to talk about the chapter of animals. And here are the practice questions. So let us see the first question. Baby of X breathes through its gills, whereas adult X breathes through its lungs on the land. Now what is X? Let us see. In order to understand what is X, there are two clues in the question. First thing, it is breathing through its gills. That means it can live in water. It is breathing through its lungs on land. That means it can live on land as well. So therefore, the clue is that the animal is an amphibian. So who is an amphibian among the following options, students? Obviously, the frog. So therefore, the organism X is the frog. Now let's go for the second question. Which of the following animals camouflages? So if you see the scarlet king snake, it imitates the coral snake. A chameleon, it blends in the surroundings by changing its colors. A viceroy butterfly imitates the monarch butterfly. But an ant does not imitate any other organism. So therefore here, ant is an animal which does not camouflage. Now let's go for the third question. Select the odd one out on the basis of body covering. Now, in case of snake, lizards, and fishes, students, you will find the common thing called as the scales. But ant's body is not covered by any such scales, but it will be having a body covering called as the cuticle. So, therefore, ant is the odd one out. Now, let's proceed further. Select the incorrect match. A snake slithers. Lizard, it crawls. Kangaroo, it runs. And sea turtle swims. Now, kangaroo does not run. We all know that it will hop or it will jump, students. So, therefore, it is not the correct answer. Okay. So, I hope you're going good. Now, let us proceed further with the same enthusiasm. Question number 5. What are the adaptations for flight in birds? Now, if you see the bones of the bird, students, the bones of the birds are hollow. Now, hollow in the sense they're filled with air spaces. So, therefore, what will happen? The skeleton will become light in weight so that they can easily fly in the sky. Therefore, hollow bones to reduce body mass is correct statement. Feathers covering their body. Yes, we see the feathers covering the body. We see that the wings are having with powerful muscles. Yes. And a streamlined body, of course, yes. If you see the bird's body, it will be streamlined. Front and back side, it will be narrow. And in the between, you can see the bird's body is little wider. So there's a streamlined body so that they can break the airflow. Okay. And they can easily fly in the sky. But one option is also added to this, that they have large urinary bladder. No, we don't see such things in the bird, students. So C is the, third one is the wrong statement. So rest of all, 1, 2, and 4 are exactly correct. So therefore, the option C, which has 1 to 4 options, will be the correct answer. Now let's go with the question number 6. Refer the given figures. You see an orca whale and a shark here. So they're asking you like which one of these statements is correct regarding the way in which one of these animals is different from the other. So they're asking you that orca whale and shark are different. Okay. So out of the following statements, which statement shows that difference? That they are asking you. So let us see. One has to come to the water surface to breathe. Who has to come to the water surface? A whale or a shark? A whale. Through its blowholes, it will come to the surface, right, students? So it will take the oxygen from the surface because it breathes through its lungs. But a shark can use the dissolved oxygen in the water, so it will not come to the surface for breathing. So therefore, this statement is giving you the difference between them. Therefore, A is the correct option. Let's also see BCD options. One needs oxygen to live. Every organism needs oxygen to live. The body of one is adapted for moving throughout the water. Both are aquatic animals, so both are adapted to swim in water. One has backbone, both are vertebrates. That means both are having backbone. So A is the correct answer, students. Now let's go with the seventh question. Seventh question, dash is a carnivore. It has sharp and pointed what? What are carnivores? What are the carnivores here? A lion and a tiger are carnivores. Now, what teeth are seen in carnivores? Canines are seen. So canines will help in tearing the flesh, right, students? So therefore, option C is exactly correct. Okay. So I hope you're able to follow me with the same enthusiasm. Let's proceed further. If you're having any doubts in any part of this practice question discussions, just put it in the comment box and I'll get back to you. Okay, students, let's solve the eighth question. An architect turn. Okay, you have to choose which of the following statement is correct. Okay. The question, the statements are like this. Arctic tern travels from its breeding ground in Antarctic to Arctic in summer. So there is a difference here, students. Antarctic is in the southern part of the earth, right? And the southern part of our world. Now, Arctic is in the northern part. An Arctic tern lives in Arctic. Okay, it's a bird which is living in Arctic region. In summer, it will travel to Antarctic. Okay, from Arctic it will travel to Antarctic. Here it is given reverse. So therefore, this statement is wrong. Monarch butterflies travel from Canada to Mexico during the winter season. Yes, this is correct. Salmon swim long distances to reach the sea to lay eggs. No, because salmons originally live in the sea itself, salmon fish. They live in the sea, they'll go to river for laying eggs. So therefore, this is a wrong statement. Siberian cranes come to India during winter. Yes, this is correct. So only 2 and 4 are correct. That is option B. Now let's go for the ninth question. Select the animal that is found in the similar habitat as the animal shown here. The animal that is shown here is kangaroo rat, and mostly it is seen in the deserts of North America. So penguin, it lives in the Antarctic regions. Polar bear, Arctic regions. A deer, forest regions. So the organism which is having the desert as its habitat is only the camel. Okay, so kangaroo rat and camel share their habitat. So therefore, B is the correct answer. Now the 10th question, study the Venn diagram carefully. Okay, now Q is animal which breathes through its skin. Now it can be frog, it can be earthworm, or anything which breathes through the skin. Now P is the animal which will breathe through the lungs. So it can be any of the organisms like the mammals. Now R is something which breathes through gills. It may be aquatic. They're asking you which alphabet represents the tadpole. So you know tadpole will breathe only through the gills. So which of the option is showing that? And R is indicating that the organism breathes through gills. So tadpole will be R. Okay, the correct answer is option A. Now let's go for the 11th question. Select the animal pair who have similar breathing mechanisms. A bat and a fish? No, bat is a mammal, it breathes through lungs. Fish through the gills. So this is wrong combination. A turtle and a lizard, a butterfly and a mouse, an earthworm and cockroach. Can anyone tell me what is the correct answer in the chat box? Yes, in the comment section. Can you think of it? A turtle lives in water. Yes. A lizard is a reptile. Butterfly, it breathes through the spiracles. So butterfly, cockroach will have same. Earthworms, it will breathe through the skin. So therefore, a turtle and lizard, although they are the reptiles, they generally breathe through the lungs. So option B will be the correct answer. Okay, bat through lungs, fish through gills. So therefore, this is wrong. Butterfly and cockroach through spiracles, mouse through lungs. So therefore, this is also wrong combination. Earthworm through skin. So this is also wrong combination. So the correct answer is option B. Now, students, let's go for the question number 12. Select the correct option among the following. Eels migrate to the freshwater river to lay eggs. Arctic tern travels longest distance among the migratory birds. Yes, 25,000 miles it will travel. So that's the correct answer. So let's proceed further. Whales travel to the cold water for reproduction and warmer water for feeding. Butterflies have short lifespan, thus they do not migrate. So you've been asked to tell us the correct option. So just now we discussed, here I will show you an option. Monarch butterflies travel to Canada. I mean, from Canada to Mexico. So they do migrate. This is a wrong option. Whales travel to cold water for reproduction? No. An animal goes for reproduction in search of favorable conditions. So it will go in search of warmer water. Okay, it lives in cold water and it lives for feeding. So this is given entirely opposite. So this is also wrong. Eel migrates to fresh water? No. Eel lives in sea water, marine water. It migrates to fresh water. Sorry, it migrates to sea water, not to the fresh water. Okay, so therefore this is wrong. Eel generally lives in fresh water. Mostly during the reproduction, it will go to the sea waters. Okay, opposite to that of the salmon. Arctic tern, it almost travels 25,000 miles for reproduction. So therefore, it is the longest distance traveled by any migratory bird. So option B is the correct statement. Okay. Now let's proceed further to 13th bit. What is this? An armadillo. Now you've been asked like what is the correct regarding the animal which is shown here. An armadillo reproduces by laying eggs. It is an omnivore. It breathes through its skin and blowholes. And none of these. Can anyone tell me what is the correct option in the comment section? Why you think so it is the correct answer? Okay, as this is not a live session, but I would really love to hear about your responses in the comment section. Okay, let us go further. So they're asking you to tell us the correct statement. An armadillo, it will give direct birth. It will not lay eggs. Moreover, as it is a mammal, it will breathe through the lungs. And yes, it is an omnivore because it feeds on insect matter also and even on small seed and other plant matter as well. Okay, it's an omnivore. So this is the correct statement. Now, the 14th question, refer to the Venn diagram, select the incorrect option regarding XYZ. Now, there are three organisms, XYZ. They're telling Y has wings. Think Y as a bird. For instance, Z has feathers. Z is also a bird. Now, the organism X, they are telling it is common. That means it is having wings also. It is having feathers also. That means it is a pure bird. Now let us see. Why I'm telling it is a pure bird. There are some bird-like organisms. For example, if we talk about bat is not a bird. It is a mammal. Okay, it will have wings, but it will not have feathers. It will have hair because it's a mammal. Okay, students. So bat can be white, right? It has only wings, not feathers. Z can be Okay, Z can be any bird. Let us see the statements first. Organism X can be a bat. No, it is false because bat won't have feathers. So this is wrong. Organism Y can be a penguin and Z can be an emu. Okay, this can be correct. There is no such organism as X. Y can't be an organism as X because all birds have wings and feathers. So this is wrong. Organism Y can be penguin. Penguin will not have wings, students. It will have flippers. Okay, it will have flippers like this for swimming. They are not wings. So this is also a wrong statement. So for the 14th question, what is the answer, students? All of these given options are incorrect. So therefore, the answer will be none of these. Okay. So in sometimes you may get a doubt like maybe they won't give none of these, all of these as an answer. No, expect anything in an NSO. Okay. So all of these is the answer. The 15th question, read the following adaptations of animals for grassland habitat. Grassland habitat, make up your mind. Grassland habitat mostly they feed on the grass. Okay, so they feed on the grass, therefore they should have strong incisors and they should have nice molars and premolars to chew the food. Okay, think about all of this. Now let's go further. They have strong claws that can be withdrawn inside their toes. They have eyes on the sides of their heads. They have strong, flat hind teeth. That means back teeth for chewing. This is correct. This is correct. They move in herds, yes. They have eyes in front of the faces. So this is predator, students. So for example, lion or tiger, they have front eyes. Okay. But in case of cows, buffaloes, deer, birds, you have eyes on both of the sides because you can cover a wide area. Okay. And so therefore, almost if you see these zebras and all of them, elephants, they're herbivores. They move in herds for protection from the predators. As they chew the grass, they should have flat and strong molars and premolars for chewing the grass. Okay, so 3, 4, and 2 are correct. Whereas 1 and 5, they describe the carnivores. Okay, so that is not seen in this. So therefore, what will be the answer? For the praise, that means the food of the praise are 2, 3, and 4. Where is 2, 3, and 4? Option C. Whereas, say for example, in mostly the grasslands, the predators that you see are like the lion, tiger. So in case of these lion and tiger, because they can very nicely mix in with the grasslands, dry grass and all, straw color, same lion color will be in that of the straw color, golden yellow type, right, students? So the predators, in order to hunt, they have front eyes in the faces. Okay, moreover, what do they have? They have strong claws so that they can tear the flesh of the prey. So therefore 1 and 5 are predators. The correct answer is, students, option C. Now we have approached to the achievers section, which is HOTS, high order thinking section. So let us proceed further. Study the given table. So here they gave about characteristics, here they gave about animals. Okay, the animal P, it breathes through the spiracles and it is an omnivore, it seems. Okay, so therefore it breathes through spiracle means maybe it's an insect or something like that. Animal Q is breathing through the skin, maybe an earthworm or something like that. Animal R is a herbivore. Now they're giving in the question like which of these animals is a cockroach and a frog? A very easy question because you already separated your answer. You said that spiracles means insect. So P can be an insect. So of course P you can match with cockroach. Okay. And the Q is breathing through the skin. So therefore it is a frog. Frog is not a herbivore. It's an insectivore, right? So therefore your answer is P and Q, option C. Let's proceed further. Refer to the graph which shows the changes in temperature at two places, X and Y, over the year. Okay, and answer the following questions. Already in the direction they mentioned, these questions are from 17 to 19. So for 17, 18, 19, this graph you should see and you should answer. Okay, now first let's decode the graph. Here they gave you the temperatures till -20, -10, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now if you draw a line here, a maximum of 55, I think so. Okay, a maximum of 55, a minimum of -15. Okay, so they're talking about organisms which are present or which are living in the temperatures between these ranges. Okay, now if you see y can survive from -15 degrees centigrade to a maximum of 10 degrees centigrade. X, if you see, X is surviving between 40 to a maximum of 55 degrees centigrade. So that means X is living in tropical region or hot regions. Y is living in temperate regions or cold regions. Okay. Now let us try to answer. Okay. Right here as hot regions, cold regions. Now let us answer the questions. Animals found at place X should be having adaptations for. So hot regions, animals living in hot regions should have reduced sweating. Yes, so that they can prevent water loss. And what are the other things? Thick layer of fur? No, it's already hot. You don't have to have a thick layer of fur or else it will make you feel more warm. So this is wrong. Ability to easily climb up and down the trees. Trees are not at all present in the hot regions like the deserts. Very scarce, right? So this is not required. Gills to breathe underwater? No, we're talking about deserts and other hot regions. So what will be the correct answer, students? It will be reduced sweating. Okay. Now let's go for the 18th question. Animals living at Y should be having what adaptations? Y live in cold regions. So they have to protect themselves from coldness. So they should have thick layer of fur. Large sized deers is to send away excess body heat. Okay, but if these animals living in the cold regions will do that, what will happen? They lose their precious body heat. That is not recommended. So this is wrong. Ability to breathe the moist through the moist skin? No, as they're living in cold regions, mostly they don't breathe through the moist skin, either through the gills if they're in water or through the lungs if they are on the land. So the correct answer is Y option, B, option B. Let's see the 19th question. Select the option that correctly identifies the animals that may live at these places. Rattlesnake, Arctic hare, rattlesnake and scorpion, Arctic hare and snowy owl, rattlesnake and walrus, penguin and camel. So both of them should live at the, okay, let us see. X is hot regions, Y is cold regions. Okay. So do you see penguin in hot region? No. You see Arctic hare in hot region? No, it's seen in cold region. Rattlesnake can be seen in deserts. Yes. Now it can be A or C. In the cold regions, what do you see? Snowy owl, we may see it. But as this is wrong, so this option is completely removed. Walrus, yes, you can see them in the cold regions. No, camel you can't see. So what happens, students? Scorpion is not seen in cold regions. So only C is correctly matched. Therefore, the correct answer is option snake. In order to avoid your confusion, I'm just removing all of these. So therefore, what is the correct answer, students? Rattlesnake is seen in hot regions. Walrus is seen in cold regions. Therefore, C is the correct answer. Now let's see question number 20, the last question for today's session. Animal X hatches from eggs at a place P. Okay. Now and goes to Q to spend its life. Now something you're understanding, this is an animal which is migrating, okay, which is going somewhere else from its original place. When reproduction time comes, it goes back to P and lays eggs and dies. Select the option that correctly identifies X. Now let us see. Penguin, okay. Penguin lives in okay, let us see what are the possible answers, students. If you talk about a salmon fish, okay, we already saw about Siberian crane and Arctic tern. Arctic tern, yes, it lives in North Pole, Arctic region. It goes to South Pole, uh, Antarctic region. So then it goes back to PA, then lays eggs and it will die. No, Arctic tern is going here for laying eggs only. So therefore, this is not answer. Anything which is migrating, students, it will migrate for reproduction. Okay. But here, if you see in salmon fish, what it will do? Originally, it is living in the rivers. Then it will go to the seas for spending its life. When reproduction time comes, what will happen? It will come back to the river again. Okay. And then here it will lay eggs and then it will die. So therefore, the correct option is option C, students, salmon. If you remember the Siberian crane, we also discussed about Siberian, which is migrating to India. Right, students? So therefore, what is the correct option? The correct option is C, because salmon, it lives its life in the river. Then it goes to sea, then comes back into the river for reproduction. Then it will lay eggs and then it will die. Okay. So I hope today's session is insightful for all of you. The next session will discuss about human body and health, the chapter, and we'll discuss about all these practice questions. There are a total of 20 practice questions, students. So we'll talk about these 20 practice questions in detail in the next session. Still then, stay tuned, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye-bye.